Well, it's official, people. The Atlanta Braves will lose this series to the New York Yankees. And I feel like last night is going to sting a lot because you're up 2-0 in the bottom of the ninth with 2 outs. And you didn't close the door. Now, I was out doing my thing last night, so I kind of peeked at it, but I didn't watch it towards the end, so I don't know what transpired for the Braves to blow the lead. I did hear from fellow Braves fans that Rocio Iglesias played a pivotal part in the Braves losing last night. And then I kind of looked at the box score. The Yankees tied it up in the bottom. The Yankees wound up tying it up in the bottom of the ninth, and then they wound up beating the Braves in the 10th inning. And then earlier today, the Braves lost 5-4. And I give the Braves credit because they fought. They fought throughout this entire game. Even when they reeled in against the Yankees, but as soon as they reeled in, the Yankees wanted to get an additional run and push the lead out back to 2. So it was kind of like a back and forth affair. Yankees just have more willpower than the Braves tonight, this afternoon, and credit to them. I don't hate the Yankees. I obviously do remember 1999 getting swept by the Yankees 4-0 in that World Series, but I was only 9 years old, so I didn't really develop a hatred towards the Yankees off of that. I don't have any ill will towards the Yankees because of that, but with them being a historic franchise, I'd be lying if I got up here and told y'all that I don't want to win this series. Of course I want to win this series. And it's unfortunate that it's not going to happen. And now the Braves have to win tomorrow to avoid getting swept. The one thing that the Braves can hold their hat on for now, hopefully this will retain the rest of the year, is that they've yet to get swept by the American League team. Obviously, they did lose the series to the White Sox earlier, and they had another game that was supposed to have been played, but that game wound up getting rescheduled, due to the rain. And I think that game's coming up towards the end of the month, if I'm not mistaken. So, Braves have to win that game against the White Sox to avoid getting swept by them. And also, they got to win the game against the Yankees tomorrow to avoid getting swept, And like I said, we can rave about the 8-game winning streak, and that was a good thing, That was a good thing to see. But, you don't want to follow that up with losing this series to get swept in the series by the Yankees. So hopefully tomorrow the bats will come flying, the pitchers will come pitching, and the Braves can find a way to win this game. I feel like the Braves will win tomorrow. They usually do well at salvage games, but, obviously as a Braves fan, you don't want that to be a habit of them losing the first 2 games and needing to win the 3rd game and salvage the series and not get swept and look like a fool. So, I also heard the Tyler Mahle pitch last night. Like I said, I was kind of in and out, so I didn't really pay too much attention. But people said Mahle didn't do too bad yesterday, so that's a good thing to see. And that's the only thing I was saying about the whole Tyler Mahle situation. Let's wait and see what he does with the Braves, and then we could properly critique him. We'll know for sure by the end of the season whether this was a good move or not. It's a questionable move right now, but I feel like all questions will be answered by the end of the season whether the Braves did the right thing during the trade deadline. It's a shame that the Braves couldn't finish off the Yankees at the bottom of the ninth yesterday to try to get him the win, but what's done is done at this point. There's no point of dwelling over and crying over spilled milk. Just gotta get back. We gotta pick ourselves up and try to win tomorrow. That's the only thing we can do. But props to the Yankees. Y'all got this series. Y'all took care of business in the Bronx. I know y'all need this series as bad as the Braves needed it. I feel like y'all need it for a different reason because, I know y'all been in a slump throughout last couple of weeks, and I feel like if y'all can get a series win over a good team, that could probably boost y'all morale. And that's what I was saying about the Braves too. A win over the Yankees, series win over the Yankees would definitely boost morale, but didn't happen. So, but anyways, that's enough about that. Ronald Acuna Jr. did get a home run earlier, and that's probably on the long bright spot for the Braves earlier today. But other than that, it's really nothing else to write home about. They, like I said, they tried in the eighth and the ninth inning, and they just could not get it done. All right. Let's hope the Phillies can lose. I guess at the very minimum, the Braves can at least hold on to that lead they got over the Phillies, which was like 8 or 8.5. Hopefully, the Blue Jays can come through for us, but Braves got to get back to winning, though. We got to increase this lead, because there's only so many opportunities we're going to get from the opposition to knock down the Phillies. The Braves still need to handle their business, increase this lead, and see if they can try to wrap this division up by middle of September at the earliest. Maybe early September, but I'm just going to go and say middle of September. All right. I'll get y'all later. Enjoy y'all Saturday.